Hey everyone, welcome to Underwear News Briefs, the podcast. Sorry for the delay in getting the podcast out, but we have had more issues with our feed that drive me insane. It's an issue between our hosting company and iTunes, so if you've wondered where we've been, that's where it should be fixed, and I hope it stays fixed, but stay tuned through the blog and Facebook, and we'll keep you posted on that, and also Twitter. So, without any further ado, today's guest we have is a repeat guest. It's Eric from Baskit, telling us a little bit about what's going on at Baskit right now. Also, he tells us how they got the Levi Johnston photo shoot for Playgirl. So, that's pretty interesting. And a few other things, and we hope you enjoy. And without further ado, here's the podcast. And we have returning to the podcast today, Eric from Baskit. Welcome again.
Hey there, Tim. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? How's Baskit doing these days?
We are good. We're just sort of winding down for the Christmas holiday. I always think that just before Christmas it'll be nice and calm.
Oh, no.
But it never is. And, yeah, we got vendors calling, and everybody's trying to get organized for the last few crazy days of shopping. But yeah, we're good.
I think underwear is like when I worked at the record store. It's one of the last things you shop for. And It's usually the last couple of days, and like, we need it now.
Yeah, it tends to be like the stocking stuffer kind of thing. So the stores will put in their orders and they feel like they're good to go. And then like this last week, it just goes downhill and they sell out really fast. So then they're on the phone trying to get us to overnight supplies and things. So, but yeah, it's a good time of year. We love it.
Good deal. Well, you've had some new things come out since we last talked. What are some of the newer pairs you've come out with? Because I know we've had some of them in our Christmas gift guide that came out.
Yep.
So tell us a little about the new ones. Because you have the Jock Brief. You have I forget the name of the other one right off the top of my head, of course. That was in the gift guide.
The Jock Brief came out about the whole. It's basically from our ribbed collection, and that came out about a month and a half ago for the fall season, and it's done really well. And then the Jock Brief has done particularly well, which is always an interesting kind of phenomenon. It's a great cut. Nobody else is doing it. If you're the kind of guy that isn't comfortable wearing a jock strap, but you really wish you were, the Jock Brief is perfect because it gives you all that kind of support you get in the front and a little bit more support in the back, but you still have some of the great, for lack of a better term, assets that a jock strap gives you. And then we're working on our utility line, which comes out this spring. It should be out in February. So that's our first working pouch. And by working pouch, I mean you can actually stick your hand in there and grab your junk. That's our first working pouch in about 5 seasons.
Cool.
So yeah, that should be interesting. We got a huge kind of request, and it was weird because I don't know how it happened, but about this time last year, we got a bunch of emails in the span of like a month of people saying, when are you going to make a working fly? When are you going to make a working fly? And so I'd kind of been drawing one up in my mind of how I wanted it to work, and we finally pulled the trigger and built the utility line with this working pouch in it. So it's going to be great. That's going to be out in February. It comes in some cool kind of spring colors.
Nice.
What else do we have going on here? Our swim is all set to go for the coming summer, which is weird to talk about right now since we've barely made it through winter. But we've got some great swim stuff coming. And I did our board shorts again. We started our board shorts last year.
I remember.
Which is basically, we call it a short board. It's basically a shortened board short with a little more style to it, so it's not quite so baggy and boxy.
Yes.
And we did 3 silhouettes in that, 3 colors in that last year, and it did really well. So we did another run for this spring, this summer season. I think it's going to be great. It kind of reminds me of Wonder Bread, and that's all I'll tell you about it until it comes out.
Oh no!
It's really neat. When we first did it, the design turned out really well, and I looked at it and I was like, God, it's like a Wonder Bread bag.
That's funny. I can't wait to see that.
It doesn't sound very appealing probably to consumers, but I think when you see it, you'll think it's pretty neat. So, and then what else? Let's see, we're always working on something around here.
Yep.
I can't think of anything else that's of at the forefront right now.
Yeah, y'all do some really cool stuff. I really enjoy it, and when we did it for the gift guide this year, it turned out really well. So I was very happy. So, and it was
good. We got a lot of emails from people that I think had seen the gift guide asking questions, and direct sales on the website, and some of our vendors, and so it was good. We like that. You guys definitely have a good reach.
Yeah, that was something that's. Well, it's kind of one of those projects you take on, and then halfway through, you're like, "Why the hell did I take this on?" Because it was so it was more popular than I ever thought it was going to be. I thought, "Oh, we'll have 15 pairs in it. It'll be nice. We'll get the pictures taken." And then by the time it got done, it was like we had 40 something pairs in it. Yeah. I was like, "Oh, please shoot me!" And then coordinating with the photographer to get it done, and then getting the pictures back in time to release it. It was like, oh, please shoot me. So yeah, we're working on the Valentine's guide right now, so it will be out the end of January. So they'll give you 2 weeks to find new underwear for you. Yay!
Yeah, I think that's great, because, it's always like, you want to get somebody something interesting, and then you think, oh, I'll buy them some underwear. And then you think, wait a minute, I don't know anything. That pair looks really sexy, but I know nothing about it. How does it fit? What's it made of? And so when you get some sort of underwear guide, it sort of shortcuts the whole thing, and you get a sort of a trusted
exactly. So
into what you're buying. That's great.
It's been a lot of fun to do, and I was like, okay, we're doing this again, and we've already started. And Gary, who works over at NorCal's like, let's get on it. And I'm like, okay, we'll do it. I was like, I'm ready to take a break though. So, but we'll see. It'll be out. It'll be great. We have a lot less this time because just the holiday. I'm like, well, we don't need 40 pairs of underwear for Valentine's Day. We'll do it smaller, and then we have the swimwear in the summer. So we're very happy.
Well, no rest for the weary, so you just have to keep trotting forward.
You have to keep going and keep going and keep going. So once everyone's like, oh, it should be easy to do, and I'm going, are you kidding me? Oh, my God. Shoot me, please.
Never trust anybody that says that'll be easy. My theory.
It's like, I was like, you've never done it. That's why you don't know. But it pays. All the hard work pays off at the end, so I'm very happy.
Well, that's totally true.
See, you have other things going on at Baskit, because when I told you before, I was like, I noticed you got placed in a very big photo shoot lately.
We did.
I was like, because I saw the pictures and I was like, wait a minute, I know that. So tell us about the Levi Johnston shoot.
Well, I mean, it was definitely kind of a coup for us. We worked pretty hard to make that happen, and not just because we wanted the PR, but just because we always want to get the product out to people, and anybody who's kind of edgy and has something going on is interesting to us. But we basically just contacted Levi's his bodyguard / manager Rex Butler, and talked to Rex a little bit. And at the time, there was all this rumor that Levi was going to be in Playgirl, and that really wasn't the crux of the idea of getting underwear off to him. It was just to get him some underwear, because the paparazzi loves to follow people like that, and when they're wearing the product, it's obviously good for business. But we really didn't know what was going to be going on with Playgirl. We thought it was just kind of rumor, so we didn't even bring it up to Rex about, if he goes to Playgirl, make sure he's wearing the underwear. We just said, here's some underwear, and we'd love to have him wear it. And more importantly, we'd love to know what he thinks, because, as you and I talk over, the last year or so, I always say, I don't want you to just, look at the underwear. I want you to tell me the good and the bad in it, because we want to make it better. If somebody says, well, this is nice, but that doesn't work, and we're all about the feedback. That's how we, consistently make better underwear. So anyway, we sent it off to him, and got a note back saying, underwear received, very comfortable, thanks. And then it ended up that's what they shot in Playgirl. So, and I know a lot of, my assumption based on what we heard from Rex was that a lot of other brands, this was after the fact, after the pictures got posted, Rex was saying a lot of other brands really were out to get that shot. And I somehow think, since we didn't really, I think the reason that we got so lucky with the placement in Playgirl was we didn't really specifically ask them to do that for Playgirl. And we didn't really, again, because we didn't really know that was going to be an option. We didn't know that Levi was definitely going to be in there. So, and I think a lot of the other brands, in talking to Rex after the fact, after the pictures kind of came out, I think a lot of other brands really did go after them and try and get it there and pressure them to do it. And I think we basically got lucky and won because we didn't really pressure them. We just, sent up some underwear and hoped they enjoyed it. And the quality of the product and the way it fits sort of spoke for itself, and they chose the brand to wear in the shoot. So
cool, yeah, because I saw that and I was like, wait a minute, I know that. I was like, how did he do that? So
the thing that we really, I think that, and there's when the magazine hits the stands in January, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people. I didn't know this until we started dealing with this whole the after effects of it being in Playgirl. But Playgirl isn't published anymore in paper, not printed as a magazine, and they've been basically an online magazine for about the last, I want to say, 1.5 to 2 years. And so they're going to start publishing magazines again. And I don't know if the plan is to publish them monthly or quarterly or whatever. But so Levi is kind of the magazine that he's in is their publication launch again. But I think you'll see when that magazine comes out, if you buy Playgirl or if you happen to cross it somewhere, there's a variety. He's wearing a variety of underwear, and we were really glad that. I mean, the shots that they show of him are really tasteful. They're nice shots.
Yep.
It shows off the underwear without it being really, kind of perverted. Or I mean, it's the photographer who did the shoot. And I haven't been able to thank him yet, but he did such a great job just presenting the product and doing justice to it and not making it look seedy or whatever.
It was very cool.
So yeah, that was a good one, and we're going to be in some upcoming movies. Trying to think of, you'll catch us in. It's Not You, It's Me, I think it's called.
Okay, yeah, we posted about that.
Yep.
A while back,
and we're working with Casper Andreas. He's got another movie coming out in the summer, and I won't tell you the name of it yet, but we're working with him to do some stuff. I really like directors like Casper because he doesn't push the gay agenda, but he sort of mainstreams the idea of gay men and society and their role and the trials and tribulations of all that. And I think he generally does it in a way that is that isn't offensive to anybody.
Cool.
And my sort of philosophy in life is you win more bees with honey than vinegar, I guess they say.
Very true.
But we like that, and we're interested to be in his movies and to be a part of what he's doing. So, and we've signed. Well, there's a couple more things out there, and I apologize, Tim, they're slipping my mind right now. But anyway, I think people will see us in the next year in some really interesting media outlets. We're doing some new and pretty exciting web experience, web shopping stuff on the net. Our international distribution has increased quite a lot since last year, and that was one thing that we really tried to take very slowly at the company, is to make sure that we're not out selling to everybody. You can't just buy Baskit on every corner, and that's by design. We really try and select the vendors we go into, and we're in some really great boutiques. We're in some interesting sex shops, and at the end of the day, for us, it's all about the relationship we built with the retailer, and what their message is to their consumer. So, but we've been doing some great stuff overseas, which is always nice to get the brand out there a little bit more. And I think 2009 was a really good year for us, despite the crappy economy. I'm sure everybody feels the same way, but I think 2010 is going to be an even better year for us. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, because I think underwear there are certain companies I know that didn't do so well, but there are other ones that did pretty well last year. So, and like I told people, it's like underwear is like one of the few clothing areas where you can still splurge on and no one really knows. So,
yeah, it's kind of a nice. It's one of those. I mean, when the economy sort of turned, retailing took a big dive, and I'm a firm believer that everybody needs retail therapy. But people just started choosing different things. So you weren't out there buying, $200 jeans anymore. You're buying a pair of $25 underwear.
Yep.
And, it's when you're walking down the street, it's sort of hard to distinguish one pair of jeans from another, but when it counts and you've got your pants off, the underwear sort of stands out there, and I guess you get your dollars, you get your money's worth when you're at that point in the deal.
Yes. So, very true. So
sorry?
So you're also doing something with the ski weekend coming up soon, you're telling me about.
Yeah, we are. We're actually doing 2 outdoor events this season. We did Aspen Gay Ski Week last year, and it was sort of a last-minute thing for us. We're headquartered in Colorado, and Colorado's sort of a small state at the end of the day. You start meeting some of the same people, but they Aspen Gay Ski Week people contacted us, and we did the ski week with them. We had a great time. We had a really awesome party up there, and then we decided we would start looking at doing more of those events. Because we enjoy this is one of the reasons that we all live here. Well, I'm from here, but it's because we like the outdoors, and so we were looking for more events that were outdoor focused. So this year we're going to do 2 ski weeks, and one is called Out of Bounds. You can catch it at outofbounds.net, OUTABOUNDZ.net. And it's in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and it's the first week of March. I think it's like the 3rd through the 7th or something like that. And it should be a really great venue for people to come and hang out. If you like to ski or you like to snowboard and you want to hang around guys that are maybe more athletically minded and you want to get away, the group has done some amazing deals just for I go to Steamboat and ski on occasion, and when they brought the package and all this stuff and showed me what you got for the package deal for the week, I was shocked that they could make it happen. But so it's a really great deal. There's going to be some great parties. We've got DJ Drew G coming up, and he's going to DJ a nice party for us on Saturday night at a local venue up there. And there's we'll have some celebrity guests come in, but it should be a really nice time, and not so much of a party scene, but definitely some entertainment options and some mixing and opportunities to get out for après skis and things like that. And then we're doing another one in late March, which is totally focused on the snowboarding market, called OutBoard. And we're doing that in Breckenridge with Connection, which is a online kind of dating site or social networking site, connection.org. And I went last year. I just happened to be up skiing in Breckenridge for the day, and I saw a bunch of people there, and I ended up talking to one of the guys from Connection about it, and he mentioned the party, so we kind of kept it in the back of our minds, and then decided we would go out and do that with him this year. So 2 interesting ski weeks, gay focused, but if you're a gay guy and you're looking for some time out on the slopes, these are great events. And if you're not a big skier, if you're a beginner, there's no better time to come than to these events, because the prices are amazing, and you'll have a good time. And when you end up at the bar the next night after your first day of snowboarding and you can't move your arms, there'll be other people around who are in the exact same position. And
too funny.
It won't be so crazy.
Yeah, I don't trust. I'm always wanted to ski, but I don't know if I trust myself on skis. I was like, I'm not that coordinated.
Yeah, you should come out and try it.
I'll hit a tree. I was like, knowing me.
On the green slope, you won't hit a tree.
A tree. I'll find one somewhere. It's like the only tree there, and they're like, you hit it.
We'll take you out and keep you on the straight and narrow and down the middle of the slope on a green, and you'll be fine. But think about it. Come on out. Invite your friends. So,
I'll tell everyone, because skiing's something I've always wanted to do, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm coordinated enough for that. I was like, I know I'm not coordinated enough for snowboarding, so I was like, I can't even stand on a skateboard, so I was like, I couldn't imagine it on snow.
Well, the older you get, the harder it is, but I think it's definitely a lot of fun, and it's one of those things where I've skied since I was a kid. It's one of those things where you're out in nature, even when you're with friends, you're sort of by yourself, you're doing your thing, you get some beautiful days outside, and it's just some of my best vacation memories are up on the slope, so do it. Awesome. Challenge yourself and come on out, and we'll make it happen for you.
I may have to. So we'll see. We'll see. Cool. So is there anything else going on with you guys lately, or
I'm trying to think of other
anything new about to come out, or
we're working on some things for for next year, and I always hate to kind of let the cat out of the bag, but so I won't. But we're working on some interesting fabrics again that we've never used before.
Awesome.
And they're not new fabrics out in the market. They've been out for a long time, but they've never been really applied in underwear. And we're pretty excited about doing it. I think it's going to give the line sort of a different angle, or this collection will, at least, because it's more of a luxury kind of fabric, and it's got a great hand, which means that when you touch it, it feels really good.
Nice.
And it feels great in your body, and so we're working with some of that. We've been contacted by a couple base layer companies who I can't obviously release their names, but we've been contacted by a couple base layer companies who are interested in working with us to promote more moisture control and more athletic-oriented underwear. So that might be, in the fall of 10, you might see some co-branding with us with some pretty interesting names out there in the market.
Nice.
Yeah, which would be interesting. I mean, I never thought I would kind of get into that or get into business with another clothing brand, but we've been just, again, strangely approached by two different brands within a very short time to talk about building underwear with them, and so I think it might happen. We might do, a totally kind of different segment to it. So we'll see, but that's all. For us, that's great, and it's interesting business, and that's, at the end of the day, we're all here to kind of to push the envelope in underwear and make new stuff. And whenever we can collaborate with other companies out there, we'd love it. So, and
awesome.
Some other interesting things. Geez, I forgot to tell you, we're doing an Atlantis cruise. Actually,
cool.
We did several Atlantis cruises in 2010. We did one in August this year from Greece to Spain, I think it was. I didn't go on the voyage because it was right during the Magic Show in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But they had a really good success rate with the product, and we arranged some interesting parties on the ship for them, or with them. So they've offered to have us come back and do a couple more voyages with them this year. So if you're out and about on Atlantis voyages, you'll see us, and
nice.
We've got some pretty cool things planned there too. But again, I won't let the surprise out. But if you're signed up for an Atlantis cruise, you may very well see us on board. And if you're not, you might want to go check out the Atlantis cruises, because I was kind of new. I didn't really know about them previously to the company approaching us and asking us to get involved. But they've got some really neat voyages and neat ports of call. And I think it's a great venue for getting out and doing something different. And we're all about looking for events that are focused and attitude free, and everybody can have a good time together.
Oh yes,
I think Atlantis is another great example of that. So anyway, check us out on Atlantis if you're there. I feel like today's been a whole marketing thing for other companies, but we've just, in the past year, I guess we've really started building our cooperation with other companies out there. So
yep,
it's part of our story now.
Yep, and that's what helps you in the long run. So
yeah, definitely. We love those. It's so funny because you start talking to these people and you get involved in the business, but you also get involved in understanding them as people, and that's just it's interesting. It's always a fun part of the business. So
definitely.
Anyway, what else?
It's all I can think of at the top of my head. I think we covered everything I wanted to go over. So
cool.
I guess that's it. So just tell the people where they can find you.
You can find us at www.baskitwear, that's BASKITWEAR.com, and we are sold at about 120 different stores around the country. If you go on the website under Get Some, you can find a retailer near you. That should do it. We're definitely out and about, and we're increasing our reach consistently every year, so we're more and more on more and more shelves across the world.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.
I hope you enjoyed the podcast with Eric and Baskit. If you noticed two times in there were maybe some crazy edits. Due to modern technology, we sort of dropped the call twice, so we had to go back in and re-edit those. But I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure we'll have him back on as the months go on and new lines come out. So if there's anyone you want to see on the podcast, let us know. We'll do our best to try to get them on. Or if you have any questions for your favorite designers, we're going to start posting it on Twitter and Facebook, questions you have so we can ask the people on the podcast. So just let us know. And as always, check us out on underwearnewsbriefs.com. Check us out on Twitter, which we're UNB blog on Twitter, and Facebook. We're at facebook.com/underwear newsbrief. So check us out on all those, and we will talk to you very soon. Bye.